What's up, guys? It's Wild, and today we're doing a Cyber Dragon deck profile. Boy, it's been a hot minute. We got 2 ban lists, we got link monsters, we got cool shit, tons of fun stuff. This fancy boy. So this is extra, main, and side, and we'll get into that in the deck profile. So starting off with the main deck, we got 3 Cyber Dragons. Of course, your main boy, your main monster, special them for free if they have monsters and you don't. Easy. We have Core, 3 Core, obviously. You play Core at 3 because he's a Cyber Dragon Engrave. When you normal summon him, you get a Cyber Spell or Trap. You're only looking for a Cyber Repair Plant. He's also counts as a Cyber Dragon when he's on the field too, so that's important. We have 3 Cyber Dragon Dry. He's just a namesake. Again, you can normal summon him and activate his effect, which he'll probably get ogred for to become a level 5, but you're not making Infinity and Nova too often. You're just using him as a name, so you need more names in hand because we're playing the going second Cyber Dragons, so it's the Power Bond engine, which we'll get to. We do still play the Galaxy Soldiers in case you need more recursion, in case you play more of the Exceeds rather than the Power Bond engine. You can still do a lot of work and probably OTK still if you're playing Galaxy Soldiers. We're playing a Kaiju engine as well. It's going second Cyber Dragons. The most board clear you can get are Kaijus to get rid of their negates. You don't want them negating Power Bond at all, so you need a Kaiju if you can. Cyber Repair Plant's an easy one of to get Jizakuru. Gamma Seal because we're playing Slumber. Finally, because they're the pretty much best card of the format, we're going to play against a lot of rogues. Cyber Dragons can't deal with a lot, so you need some hand traps. Even if you draw 1 Ash, you're pretty good. You're playing 3 Ashes. I know it's expensive, but if you want to play niche decks like this and you want to play them competitively, you're going to need these cards. We're also playing 3 Ogres. 3 Ogres get rid of Electromite, get rid of a lot of the other cards, a lot of standing field effect cards that can negate. Anti-Spell, this will get rid of, so just use Ogre. Ogre is good. We're playing 2 Golden Jets. Golden Jet, once per turn, you can increase the level of all Golden Chronomaly monsters by 1. Really, it's gonna eat up your additional normal summon, or your 1 normal summon that you do get. If you're gonna make Infinity just like Galaxy Soldiers, you're gonna need light machines as well, and Golden Jet is a light machine. Again, just for the Exceeds, it's pretty good. You play it at 2 because you don't want to see more of them, but you want to see a decent amount just in case. The nichest card you can play these days is Cosmic Compass. Cosmic Compass is an Earth, so he's not a light machine, but he is a machine. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon tokens on your side of the field up to the number of monsters they control. So if you don't get to board clear them, but you kaiju 1 or 2 monsters and they control something, or they're not as oppressive as the Pendulum board, and they're okay with having a couple monsters and you don't need to board clear, you can make Cosmic Compass or summon Cosmic Compass and get a special of a bunch of tokens and then go into some link plays. Cosmic Compass is 2 because, again, you don't want to see them. You want to see more Cyber Dragons than you want to see anything else, so everything else is pretty much at 2 unless it's a hand trap, which you can use. So, more board clear. We're playing 2 Sphere Mode. Sphere Mode just sucks up their monsters. If they have a really oppressive board, you don't want to see more than 1 of this in your hand because, sure, you sucked up their board, but now you have no draw power and now you do nothing because the deck doesn't do much unless it has more cards in hand. So, Sphere Mode at 2 means you want to see it sometime, but not all the time. Machine Duplication, that was all the monsters. We're into the spells now. So this is Machine Dupe. Machine Dupe, you might have last seen its wonderful glory in Spiral. Unfortunately, it took a heavy hit when Quick Fix and Drone could not be Machine Duped, but Cyber Dragons can still be Machine Duped. You summon Core, Machine Dupe that, and you get Cyber Dragon because on the field, Core is a Cyber Dragon. So just get more Cyber Dragons and continue. You get Power Bond, you can Overload, you can Exceed, really doesn't matter. We play 2 Cyber Repair Plant. Cyber Repair Plant is the nut, but only when you have a Cyber Dragon in graveyard. We're not playing Foolish at all, so the only way a Cyber Dragon is getting to the graveyard is if you Power Bonded it already and you need to get a Kaiju before you attack. That's pretty much it. Power Bond at 2. Playing it at 3, it tends to clog a lot. I did a lot of play testing with Power Bond at 3. It just doesn't work. You always end up with 2 in hand when you'd rather have other cards, and you can draw in this deck a lot more than you should. If you're going second, you at least get a 6th card. It should be pretty decent. Power Bond is a great card, and it's a wonderful shiny. But, yeah, you pretty much just need only 2 of them. Like I said, you're drawing in this deck. I played Pot of Desires at 3. It's pretty much the same thing as Power Bond. It clumps and it clogs. You don't need more than one. You're playing a going second OTK pretty much. You only need to activate or resolve one. So, I mean, it's probably going to get ashed. If they're not playing any hand traps, though, you're pretty much live, and you need more draw. So you're going to get the first draw from going second. So you're at 6 cards. You play this. You're going to draw 2 more cards, hopefully dump out some stuff, clear your deck out, and hopefully, if you don't have a Power Bond or 2 Cyber Dragons by now, you're pretty much, I mean, that's pretty much game. So you want to make Infinity, you want to go into a more longer-lasting gameplay. We're playing 2 Twin Twisters. Like I said, you're not dumping with Foolish, but if you want to, you can get Core in the graveyard easy by dumping it with Twin Twisters. You can still use Core's like third or secondary effect by banishing him from the graveyard and special summoning a Cyber Dragon to the field for free. It's pretty much for free, and Twin Twisters will get rid of some board stuff. So like if you're playing against Tricksters, if you're playing against any oppressive boards that you need to get rid of, like let's say they flip anti-spell on you because it's game 3 and they know what you're playing, then you're probably going to play this. 1 Overload Fusion. Overload Fusion is great for banishing the few Cyber Dragons in your graveyard for a Dark Fusion monster. The Dark Fusions are a couple of the Chimera techs. They're pretty good. You're only going to play this at 1 because you're banishing a few, probably 3 or 4, and you're only going to get 3 or 4 in the graveyard before the game's pretty much over. So this is to really just like overload. Reasoning. Reasoning's a great one-off because if you do get it, you can dump a lot of your Cyber Dragons in the graveyard and then combo it with Overload. It's pretty simple, right? Reasoning, they call a card level or monster level. You just dump everything. If they don't know what you're playing, they're going to guess like 4 or 5 or 8 or something niche. You're going to be able to dump everything until you can summon something, and it also gives you a free special summon if they get it right. So usually they don't get it right, and Jizakura gets special summoned or a Kaiju gets special summoned, and that's free cards. Speaking of board clear, we have our board clear lineup. So we have Slumber, Dark Hole, Regeki. These 3 are going to be like the pretty much board clearers for you. Between that and Sphere Mode, you're set. All you need to do is resolve like 2, unless they need like a triple, unless they have like a triple or quadruple negate board. You're only going to really need a few of these. Dark Hole first, Regeki second, and then Slumber after. Slumber gives you a monster. You can give them the Jizakuru, keep the Gamma Seal, and then you can Contact Fuse the Jizakuru away because he's a light machine. We'll get into that in the extra deck. And of course, the best card in the game right now, Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is pretty good because once you board clear everything and you have a Monster Reborn, you can Monster Reborn one of those monsters and just destroy them with it. It's so satisfying killing them with their own monster. Or if they have a Link monster or anything like Borreload and you just board cleared it away, you can get it back. And of course, obviously, you know, special summon your own Cyber Dragons again if anything happens to them. We don't play evenly matched because it's a going second deck. It is a going second deck, but you need your battle phase because it is an OTK deck. So we're not going to play any evenly matched, although I really, really wanted to because you could probably go 4th. So first they go, you go second, clear the boards, set up a game state that you're okay with, and then not die on turn 3. But the hope is not dying on turn 3, which sucks. We'll get into the extra deck now, and then we'll go into the side. So the extra deck, we're playing 1 Cyber Twin Dragon. Cyber Twin is your Power Bond target. It's 2 Cyber Dragons, it's all it requires, so the easiest one to make. He can attack twice, and because you've already board cleared, it Power Bond boosts his attack from 28 to 56. 56 attacking twice, that's more than enough for a game. We're playing 1 Cyber End Dragon, just because of style, red text, easy. 3 Cyber Dragons, again, it does piercing if you want. Never really make this. It's a card that you do side out. We'll get into that for the side deck, but he's pretty good for just like power bonding again for fun. Decode Talker, because you're going to need a few Link monsters. Underclock Taker, not specifically because he's new, like a new proxy, but he requires 2 effect monsters, and once a turn, you can target 1 face-up monster this card points to, and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, so they're like Link monster. When this goes into the extra monster zone, it targets this one here, and it loses attack equal to the attack of the target monster. So it basically lowers their attack and gives it to the other one in case you needed it to do it until the end of turn. It's a fun like little 2-piece just in case it ever comes up. It came up a couple times in playtesting. It's pretty fun. The best card to come out of the newest set, we needed this for Cyber Dragons because instead of making Decode, you can make this. It only requires 2 machines. This Link Summon card is unaffected by spells and traps and the activated effects of other Link monsters. So Borreload can't steal him. Once a turn, you can target a face-up monster on each player's field except this one. both those cards have the effects negated until the end of the turn. So you can negate a negate if you really wanted to, and they can't do anything about him when he comes out. When 2 monsters are special summoned to the same time, the same zones this card points to, you can add 1 level 5 or higher machine type monster from your deck to your hand. So an easy search for Jizakuru, an easy search for any Cyber Dragon that's level 5 or higher, probably just the regular Cyber Dragons, but really you're just using him for the 2 link zones because you want to power bond and make an infinity. It's busted. Nova and whatever you power bond in this zone, like that's game. We have infinity and infinity, of course, at 2. We have 2 Novas. Of course, Nova and Infinity, you're easy, the ones you need. Nova gets you double its attack by banishing a special Cyber Dragon, and then Infinity steals their monsters and keeps you safe. Infinity and Nova are the safer play, but you're really just making these fusions. Pallades, we play 1 of. Again, you give them a Kaiju, you can make Pallades and bounce it back to your hand and go again for some more turns if you need to draw more. Shark Fortress is a niche one. Shark Fortress is 2 level 5 monsters, so again, another Cyber Dragon set. Your opponent cannot target monsters for attacks except this one, so he'll die. He's only 2400 and 1800, but you can detach once a turn you can detach or exceed, and then target a face-up monster you control, so another monster, and can attack twice during each battle phase, which is freaking dope. Can you imagine if I had a Cyber Twin and an Underclock Taker, or sorry, a Cyber Twin and a Genius and a Shark Fortress? That's easy. Cyber Twin can attack 4 times, or 3 times. Even if it's at 28, that's pretty much game. Now we're into the fusions. So we have Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. This is your dark 2+, so any Cyber Dragons or more. Power Bond into this, Overload into this. The one effect that says you can, so it's a choice. You can target spells and traps on the field up to the number of materials used to summon him. Destroy them. So if you don't activate that effect, you don't have to because you'll get ogred. So don't get ogred. Okay? Don't get ogred, guys. Don't get ogred. Once per turn, you can send up to 2 Light Machine type monsters from your deck to the graveyard. Also that, to increase the amount of attacks you do this turn. If you're sure they don't have an ogre, then do it. Because you can dump some monsters and attack more. But do not do it if they have an ogre. Be very careful. We play this at 2. Chimera Tech Fortress is the one that, well, both of them, Fortress and Mega Fleet. Mega Fleet lets you steal the extra monster zones, so you get those back. You just gotta set a Cyber Dragon face down and then contact fuse. Fusing with this is contact fusion, and you can fuse from face down, so they don't even know what you're playing, and you can suck up their extra monster, especially if it's like a Borreload. You can set a Cyber Dragon dry or a core, contact fuse into Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. You can special with Monster Reborn and special a Borreload right here. So Mega Fleet and Borreload, and that's pretty much freaking game. Between those and Chimera Tech Fortress, obviously Jizakuru, give them a Jizakuru, suck it up, and you have a 2000 beater here. But he's pretty much like, I wouldn't bump him to 2. But ABC, oh my god, when they special out their ABC pieces, like 3 of them, and then you just make this boy for free, 3000 attack, and it specials them, and it destroys those ABCs. Well, I mean, it doesn't destroy them, it sends them to the grave because they fused, but yeah, it's nuts. That's the extra deck. Let's get quickly into the side. We have 2 Inspector Borders. Inspector Border, so basically because this is a going second deck, what you want to do is you want to side in, when you side, all of your going first cards, because they're going to make you go first because they just got OTK'd. They want to see you play, and you're going to have to play. So Inspector Border will keep you alive. It's a normal summon. He's also a light machine, so you can use him for Genius. He's level 4 though, so it's not that bad, but he pretty much is a monster skill drain. Then you're going to side in, you're pretty much siding in all your going first cards. So 2 Inspector Border. We have 3 Torrential Tribute, because Torrential Tribute is pure disruption. You're siding in a bunch of traps because you're going first and you don't have draw, so you're hoping that you draw into a bunch of these on your going first turn and you just blow the board. Then you are going to side in D-Barriers because right now Pendulum Magicians are the format. You're also good for ABCs because it's Fusion, Ritual, Synchro, Exceed, or Pendulum. You're good. I played this against Cleefort the other day, and it was lit. It was just as good. So you're good. The one Judgment, because, I mean, why not? It's a good card. Play it, play it, play it, play it. It's a counter trap. It's better than Warning. It's better than anything else. You're paying half your life points, and in this game where you're going first and you're going to OTK them on the 3rd turn, you're good. You're playing 2 Scapegoat because you're also going to side in a bunch of cards. You're going to side in a Link Spider, a Proxy Dragon, a Link Karibo, a Borreload, and 2 Scapegoats. 2 Scapegoats means you can set them and activate them on their turn. It keeps you alive. On your turn, if they don't attack any of the Scapegoats, you can use these and just live. Also, this is to counterplay against evenly matched. So when you set up your board and they evenly match you going second, you counter with this. If you don't get this card, it's unfortunate. And hopefully they don't have evenly matched. It's just as unfortunate. What you're going to do is you're going to side out when you side these in, because how a side deck works for extra deck cards, you got to side out 4 extra deck monsters. So you're going to side out pretty much any fusion monster that doesn't look good. So you're going to side out him, you're going to side out Underclock Taker, Decode, Cyber End Dragon. Those are the 3. I mean, you probably just keep this and you're going to side out... No, you're still going to win. You still want to win. So you can side out these 4. And that replaces it. Decode, those 4 go in. Scapegoat goes in. And then you have a great deck that can survive turn 1. I would play Cyber Dragons going first and just set it up like pure traps and stuff, but you also have to side out a lot of these main deck cards, and a lot of the main deck cards are going to be all your board clear. When you're going first, you don't need any of your board clear. You don't need a couple of these Cosmic Compasses, or, I mean, you're still going to need the hand traps, but you might not want them. It really depends on how you play, but that's all that you need. So, thank you guys so much for watching this deck profile. It's been a wonderful time showing off the Cyber Dragons. They were really, really fun to play and play testing, and really fun. Like, I'm going to Montreal. I'm heavily debating playing them in Montreal, but we'll see. Craig's got a new deck for me to play, so we're probably going to play that instead. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, subscribe for more quality content. Cravings is putting out a ton of content. I know this video was kind of long, but hopefully they won't be as long as the next one. And shout out to Royal Club Games, Ray, for giving me this mat. When we went to Sneak Peek, it was really, really fun, and... yeah, it's a nice mat. I like using it for the deck profiles because it has the zones. Mine doesn't have the zones, but it's still pretty nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, for the 3rd time. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Styling, no. Dissing, but got pictures with me smiling, no. All the things you need, you still want problems, though. All the things I know, I still been silent, though.